What's going on? Today I'm going to be going over my first place yellow-purple hybrid deck. Alright, we'll start off with the eggs. First we'll have 4 Demi-Meramon. The Demi-Meramon has the inheritable of on deletion, draw 1, and then trash 1 card from your hand. So this lets you cycle through your deck. It lets you get Tamers in the trash and other hybrids, so you're able to do the Velgar loop. And then we have 1 Cupimon. Cupimon is on deletion. By trashing 1 card in your hand, gain 1 memory. So this is just another way to filter cards into the trash, but it also gives you a extra memory to continue your plays on. Now onto the level 3s, we have 4 Lugamon from BT21. So Lugamon is 3 to hard play. You start a main by placing 1 AG from your hand or trash as this Digimon's bottom Digilution card, gain 1 memory. And then his inheritable is when you play a card with the Dark Animal or SOC trait, gain 1 memory. So this is really here to just get us free Tamers, so he's able to spit out AGs in order to set up them for hybrids in order to just kind of build up in the back and get a big explosive play to swing a bunch of checks for game. And really there's not much that your opponent will be able to do about it because it's just going to be Tamers in the back. So the inheritable will come up occasionally if you Digivolve over him and then go all the way up into past turn, and then you're able to play the Tamer back out from sources and you'll get that memory. Onto the next level 3, we have 1 Siakomon. This is EX8. So this was put in because I kind of felt like I needed more rookies, and this one lets you cycle even more. So it's 3 to hard play, and then on deletion, you get to draw 1 and trash 1 from your hand. So it's basically the same as Demi-Mera. And the inherit, which never came up for me, but it might. You can, when attacking, delete 1 of your opponent's level 3 Digimon. So really it's just to go over Demi-Mera, and then you swing, he gets deleted most likely because it's only 1000 DP. And you're able to draw 1, trash 1, and then draw 1, trash 1 again. Or if you end up getting the Cupimon, you just have another option to trash for the memory. And then we have 4 Ukomon from BT16. So Ukomon Digivolves for 1 over any color, so he'll go over our eggs, and then he's 3 to hard play, which you occasionally need to do. Your turn, once per turn, when any of your Digimon moves from the breeding area to the battle area, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, and then add 1 Digimon or Tamer card among them, and return the rest to the bottom of the deck, and then you can hatch. So basically this just speeds up the aggression of your deck, and then lets you search for either a Tamer or a Digimon in order to speed up your plays. And then the same thing with this Ukomon. This is the promo Ukomon. It's also 3 to hard play, but this one Digivolves for 0. And then it's your turn, once per turn. When one of your Digimon moves from the breeding area to the battle area, you may hatch in your breeding area, then gain 1 memory. He allows you to gain more memory to expand your plays for the rest of the turn. And then if it stays on board, you're kind of getting that every turn. Same with the other Ukomon. But a lot of the times I like to swing with them to get the egg, draw, and trash. Now on to the bulk of the deck. You got the hybrids, the level 4s. So starting off with 4 Duskmon. So Duskmon is your main hybrid. So Duskmon Digivolves for 3 over level 3 or on a purple Tamer. But he can also Digivolve for 2 over Koichi and 1 over Velgarmon, which does come up pretty often. On play, when Digivolving until the end of your opponent's turn, change one of the original colors of one of their Digimon or Tamer to one non-white color. So this sets you up for the Velgarmon, gets them more colors spread out. And then when attacking, one of your Digimon or Tamers may Digivolve into a level 4 with the hybrid trait from the trash with the Digilution cost reduced by 1. So this basically lets you, most of the time you're going to be Digivolving Velgar over himself, and then you get Velgar's effect. And then his inheritable is on deletion, you may play 1 Tamer with the play cost of 4 or less from your trash without paying the cost. So he helps you recycle your Tamers with the inheritable and then ups the aggression with his main effect. For the next level 4, we have 4 Velgarmon. So this is the one that pairs with Duskmon. So Velgar is 4 to Digivolve over level 3 and 4 to Digivolve over Purple Tamer, but you're not going to really ever be doing that. He basically only ever Digivolves over Duskmon, and it's usually for free from the trash. So on play, when Digivolving, for each color your opponent's Digimon and Tamers have, trash 1 card from the top of both players' decks. Then, for each card trashed, this Digimon gets plus 1000 for the turn. So usually he's at least 11k. I mean, sometimes he only goes up to 9k, but not very often. And then, end of attack, by deleting 1 level 4 or lower purple Digimon, delete all of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. And it doesn't say that level 4 or lower has to be your purple Digimon. It can be one of the Digimon you changed to purple on your opponent's board. So you delete one of their level 4 or lowers, and then you can delete the rest on their board that's the same level. So it's pretty good there. And then the inheritable is Retaliation. And that one doesn't come up very much, but it occasionally can be helpful. And for the next level 4, we have 4 Loemon from BT21. So Loemon digivolves for 3 over a purple or yellow level 3 or a purple yellow tamer. And then he can also digivolve for 2 over Koichi and 0 over Kaiser Leomon. His is when digivolving, draw 1 and trash 1 card from your hand. So it's just more cycle, gets more tamers in your trash and more hybrids. And then when attacking, one of your Digimon or Tamers may digivolve into a purple or yellow Digimon card with the hybrid trait in your trash. So that also helps you cycle more and kind of get more aggression because you're able to swing with him, then digivolve from your trash to one of your Tamers and gives you another body. So you basically don't need the hybrids in your hand to continue your plays. With him, you can use them from trash. And then the inheritable, it's all turns when this Digimon would leave the battle area other than by your effects. You may play 1 Tamer card with inherited effects from this Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying the cost. So that one didn't really come up that much for me because a lot of the time he was going over an AG, so the AG would be out of the sources by the time that would happen. But it definitely still does come up if you're just kind of swinging and then digivolving into Kaiser Leo or something, and then you'll be able to play the Tamer back out. It's kind of like the loop with Duskmon. And now we have 2 Kaiser Leos from BT21. So Kaiser Leo is 4 to digivolve over level 3 and 4 over a Tamer that is purple or yellow. And then it can also go over Koichi for 3 or Loe for 1. Has Retaliation, and then on play when digivolving, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. So that's pretty good. And then inheritable is Retaliation, so it's just another Retaliation body. So he is kind of just used to digivolve over the Loemon and is also used for the level 5 to warp into it. And then I'm playing 1 Kaiser Leomon from BT7. So he also digivolves for 3 over level 3, or he can digivolve for 1 over level 4, so he can go on top of any of the other hybrids. And then he also can digivolve for 2 over a purple tamer. When digivolving, if this card with hybrid traits or Koichi is in its Digivolution cards, this Digimon gains Retaliation until the end of your opponent's turn. So it's just another body, really just to be a 2 cost over your Tamers, and then is also another Kaiser Leomon for the Loe or the level 5. On to the level 5s, we have 4 Rihimon from BT21. The Rihimon digivolves for 4 over level 4 that is purple or yellow, but it can also digivolve for 3 over a purple or yellow hybrid. It has hand during your main. You may place 1 Loe and 1 Kaiser Leo from your trash under one of your purple or yellow Tamers. Digivolve it into this Digimon for a cost of 3, ignoring its Digivolution requirements. Then it has jamming. And when digivolving, you may play 1 Tamer card with inherited effects from your trash without paying the cost. Its inheritable is when attacking once per turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4000 DP for the turn. So that's really important to combo with the level 6s, as you'll see. But he is really good for just warping into a level 5 out of nowhere, and then also just playing more Tamers for free to keep your recursion up. So now we are on to the level 6s. So I first off have 2 Venusmon. Venusmon digivolves for 4 over a level 5 yellow. When digivolving, all of your opponent's Digimon gain security attack -1 until the end of your opponent's turn. And then your opponent's turn, all of your opponent's Digimon with security attack can't attack this Digimon and can't activate when attacking and when Digivolving effects. So really this is just used to stun your opponent's whole board and make it so they really can't even attack you. And then if they naturally have security plus, they also can't attack or activate their effects. So it really stuns a lot of decks. This one kind of won me the adventure matchup. And then Venusmon is also able to keep you from losing. You basically go into that, you're able to set up a little more, and usually after you get that one turn of setup, you're able to go for game. The next level 6 is 2 Syndromon. So Syndromon digivolves for 4 over a level 5 yellow, and then has Overclock Puppet trait. So that means at the end of your turn, by deleting one of your tokens or other puppet trait Digimon, this Digimon may attack a player without suspending. And then it has start of main phase, or when Digivolving, you may play one familiar token, and that token is a yellow 3000 DP, and then it has on deletion, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3000 for the turn. And then when attacking, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 6000 DP for the turn, and that is not once per turn. Basically, with this, you're able to Digivolve into it, get a token out, and then once you have that token, you are able to swing if you didn't pass turn by suspending. You minus 6k something, you're going to have the Rehemon inheritable, which is minus 4k, so that's already 10,000. And then end of turn, you're able to delete the token to swing again, doing another minus 6k, and then the token will do minus 3k. So after all that, you're able to do up to 19k minus to a Digimon, or you can spread out in the increments that it is. So you get minus 6,000 twice, minus 4,000 once, and then minus 3,000 once. So it's really good at clearing bodies, and is also kind of just a swing after the turn is passed, and that's usually once per turn because you're respawning the tokens. And then for our last level 6, we have Medieval Gallantmon. Medieval Gallantmon, we're never going to Digivolve into it, so it's 11 to hard play. But when this would be played by suspending 2 Digimon, reduce the play cost by 4, so really it's usually only going to cost 7. It has Alliance and Vortex. And then when Digivolving, you may suspend one Digimon, then you may delete one of your opponent's 8,000 DP or lower, and then for each other suspended Digimon, add 3,000 to this DP's deletion effect. Then all turns, when Digimon are played, you may activate this Digimon's when Digivolving effect. So if you get this on the board, it's kind of a floodgate. If they play something, you're most likely able to delete it. And then if on your turn, if you're able to play something, you can delete one of their Digimon. So it's pretty good. I don't think I actually saw it once. It usually just got milled for me this tournament, but it came up in testing a lot. So that's it for the Digimon. Now on to the Tamers. We have 3 Koichi Chimera from BT7. So Koichi is 3 to play, and then security effect is play this card without paying its memory cost. And then on play, it has draw 1, then trash 1 card from your hand. And then inheritable is on deletion, gain 1 memory. So just another card to help cycle through your hand into trash so that you're able to get all the pieces in trash that you need. So as you can see, a lot of things go from trash, like the Loemon, the Duskmon, and then the Rehemon. And you also self-delete with the Velgarmon, so you're able to gain that memory to continue your plays on. For the next Tamer, we have 4 Koichi Chimera from BT18. This Koichi plays for 4, and then security is also play this card without paying the cost. Start your main by trashing 1 card with the Hybrid or 10 Warriors trait in your hand, gain 1 memory. So this helps you get your memory up at the beginning of the turn, as well as filling your trash with the hybrids you need in it. And then its inheritable is when attacking once per turn, you may return 1 card with the Hybrid or 10 Warrior trait from your trash to the hand. So that lets you recycle your pieces after you've used up a lot of your Duskmon or your Loemon, and then even the Rehemon. And then now on to the Tamers that are used with the Lugamon. We have 4 Code Cracker Fang. So this is 4 to play, but you're not really going to play it that often. You have the Lugamon to play it out for free. It's really only if you have nothing better to play. So it plays itself out of security, and then it is a memory setter. You'll never really use the Mind Link because you really don't have many options to use it with. And the hittable is if it has Dark Animal or SOC, which is basically just Lugamon, you get Alliance and Blocker. So it's able to make Lugamon a blocker and kind of save you if you need it to. but you're not really going to use it all that often. And then it has end of turn, you may play it from the sources, so it really just lets you keep playing Tamers out in order to keep up the aggression. And for the last Tamer, we have 2 AG from BT14. So this AG is 3 to play, but again, you kind of want to play it from Luga as much as you can. Security, play it without paying the cost, and then start a main if your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory. So this is another one to help you stack up the memory at the start of your turn in order to just kind of overwhelm your opponent. Its main has the Mind Link to the Dark Animal or SOC, but again, you really can only use that with Lugamon. And then its inheritable is also the same. It's all turns when this Digimon has Dark Animal or SOC, you gain Alliance and Blocker. And then end of all turns, you may play it without paying the cost. So it's just another one to get your Tamers build up in the back in order to start swinging at your opponent, and it also gains you memory at the start so that you're able to have enough memory to make your plays. And that's it for our Tamers. Now we have options. So for the options, we have 3 Rivals Barrage. The Rivals Barrage is 7 to play. And then when this card will be trashed from your deck, you may place it in the battle area. Its main effect is delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest level. So that's really what I decided to play it for. There's few decks that are running around that are immune to Digimon effects, and this is basically all about Digimon effects except for this card. So it's pretty good to just delete your opponent's biggest body, and that's usually the one that has immunity to Digimon effects. And then it also has the main delay. Return one of your purple Digimon cards or Tamer cards from your trash to your hand. And that'll come up sometimes because the Velger can mill it to put it in the battle area. And then its security effect is just delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest level. So it's pretty good if it's in security, even though I did not see it once, I don't believe, in security. And it's also good to play because you're able to just delete their big immune bodies. And if it's an ace, you get some overflow. So it makes the 7 play cost not so bad. And then the last option I have is Jack Raid. Jack Raid is at 1 now, so we play the 1 of it. It has 0 play cost, and for every 10 cards in your trash, gain 1 memory. And then its security effect is gain 2 memory. So this was able to get me enough memory to digivolve into the last hybrid to attack for game once. So I would say it's good enough to keep in the deck. So really what you want to start out with is any of the level 3s really, but you would prefer to be Lugamon or Ukomon, and then one of the Tamers, Koichi and Code Cracker Fang or AG are nice because then you're able to turn 2, promote the Lugamon, play the AG under it for free, and then you're able to play out Koichi passing turn to play out the AG from sources. For the main combos, you basically want to have the Velger in trash, you digivolve into the Duskmon, then you're able to change your opponent's color and attack, and then when you attack, you're able to digivolve into the Velgermon, and then the Velger will mill your deck however many colors they have. And then end of turn, you can either delete itself to gain a memory, play out a Tamer, or you're able to delete one of their bodies to delete more of their bodies. With this version of the deck, you're able to fill up your trash with different kinds of hybrids, so you can go into the level 5. So you'll reveal level 5, tuck the Loey and the Kaiser underneath of one of the Tamers, and then you can digivolve into this for 3. I like to do it over AG if possible, because then you're able to spit the AG back out if you pass turn, digivolving into one of your level 6s, and then you have the follow-up for another hybrid play. So it was a 3-round tournament. Round 1, I got the bye. Round 2, I played against Adventure, and I got that one 2-0. Game 1, it was pretty back and forth, but I was able to just kill him with a bunch of swings. I had set up like 4 or 5 Tamers on the board. I got a Lugamon on the field that gave me like at least 2 or 3 Tamers for free. And then game 2, it was pretty back and forth. I got down to 1 or 2 security, and then I was able to mill him out because he had drawn too much. So I was able to just go into Velger 2 or 3 times in one turn, and he had a board established where he had 6 colors on board, so I was just able to mill him for his entire deck. Round 3 was against Jesmon. Round 1, I was able to just outpace him a little bit. I was able to go into Central towards the end of the game and get a bunch of swings in and clear off his bodies. It took a really long time for game 1, and then game 2 was also a long grindy game. And he was able to just set up Genku X over and over again, and I was Venusmon his board to stun it. And then towards the end of the game, I made a misplay and swung at him, and he Jesmon GX aced me. And I thought I was going to be able to out it, but it turns out I was not able to out it, so it ended up costing me the game there, as he was able to swing, trash my security, unsuspend, swing again. He basically got all of my security in one go. And that was right in the end of time, so we were not able to play game 3, so we tied there, and I had the better tiebreaker since I had the bye, so gonna take this with a grain of salt, I guess, but even in testing, the deck is doing pretty well. So a few things that I would like to change. I would definitely like to bump this Kaiser Leo up by 1, just so I have more consistent 2 to Digivolve level 4s. But deck space is pretty tight with playing a top end. When I was playing it, I definitely saw the level 6s too much, but I mean, there's only 5 of them, so I think I just got a little unlucky there. Another thing that I would like to fit is more level 3s. I guess you could cut down maybe 1 Rivals Barrage and maybe a Tamer, but I want to play a Louis if I did that, so I guess I maybe would be able to bump the level 3s up by 1 and then swap this Koichi to a Louis, and then you're able to have a little more consistency with the level 3s, and then you're also gaining the memory when you promote. So that was my purple hybrid deck. Let me know what you thought down in the comments, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like, and thanks for watching.